Motive was rebranded, right? Because it was called Keep Trucking initially, and then rebranded Motive. Were you a part of that rebrand?
Yeah, for sure. That was
Okay.
pretty much day one. I got to start at the job. I was told, "Hey, we are rebranding the company. Roll up
Okay.
your sleeves." And it was very exciting. I mean, here is what led to the rebrand, right? Obviously, the company started initially in the trucking space. That was kind of the roots. But over time, more and more customers from other industries were basically using our technology, our products to address the same and similar types of issues, right? And so at some point, it really became more of an inhibitor, the name, even though a lot of people love it, right? And it's kind of was a cool name. It became kind of a barrier because the sales rep had to literally start the conversation with, "We are Keep Trucking, but we understand your construction space just as well," right?
Hmm.
And so that led ultimately to changing the brand, changing the company's name into Motive, which really reflect the kind of customers that we are servicing today.
Was that your first rebrand opportunity in your career in marketing, or was that another just like
No, I've
no?
been through a whole bunch of these. I mean, usually if you've been around for a while, you either got acquired or get to acquire somebody.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
so through acquisitions, I've done a number of rebrands before.
Okay.
But this one was kind of unique because you are changing the name of the company deliberately without a external trigger like that, which means
Okay.
usually if you are part of an acquisition, the acquired company gives you the template, right? It gives
Sure.
you the color scheme, the logo, a lot of the messaging is already there. Whereas we were really inventing everything from scratch, which was really exciting.
So what was your approach? Kind of take us into that experience in the early days of what are some of the first things you're doing in terms of supporting the rebrand, leading product marketing now. This is a big impact, big decision. What's kind of your approach and your process in the early days of the rebrand?
Yeah, so it really all started with a corporate narrative, right? Which is a relatively short document that needs to codify what is actually our company story, right? What is our mission? What is our vision? What is the trend in the industry that makes us do what we are doing? What are some of the problems we are addressing and how are we addressing them, right? As a newly arrived VP of product marketing, it's not something I just start making up, but literally I had to sit down with the CEO. We spent a couple quality days together, basically getting all of that on paper and then, iterating and making it tighter and crisper. That document was kind of the foundation to a lot of the communication and messaging that proliferated through everything we created, right? So from the website to the press release to all the way to some of the sales collateral.
Hmm. How much time did you spend connecting with existing customers
Oh,
in the rebrand?
quite a bit, right? You want to make sure that there's basically several factors that you are looking into. One is that it's going to work for the customers you are trying to reach, where maybe previously you were having a hard time reaching them, right? Which was probably the easier one because, if they already were not in trucking, they were like, oh, yeah, that makes sense, right? we expected you to do something like that. Then you also want to make sure that the customers who are in trucking, that they are not like, oh gosh, what are you guys doing? You are abandoning me, right? So we really spoke with a number of traditional trucking businesses to make sure that this is not somehow going to be perceived as negative, right? That feedback kind of went into that corporate narrative and helped us to tighten it up and make it really sort of compatible with all the target audiences we are trying to reach.
Hmm. What was maybe an early win post rebrand for you? Something that you noticed, okay, we're on the right track here because you're making some big bets with the name change and the messaging and making sure you're going to market, expanding to market even further. What was an early win or maybe a favorite lesson or a favorite failure in the early days?
Yeah, there is lots that obviously we are monitoring. One of the things that is when you rebrand your company, your website inbound traffic will go down, right? And we expected that, we modeled it. And we basically had implemented some measures to counter that, right? Through more intense outbound type of set of activities. So we were prepared for that. It happened exactly like we expected. The positive side was that we actually saw the recovery of the, if you'd like, the online brand equity faster than anticipated, and so that was really encouraging, right? Basically, demand generation side, pipeline generation, all of that started bouncing back pretty quickly, which tells you that while it was disruptive, it wasn't like totally killing the business in any way. It was really well managed from that standpoint.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching. This segment is brought to you by Salesforce. Salesforce brings marketing and engagement together. If you want to learn more, head over to salesforce.com/marketing. And please subscribe to this channel for more marketing insights from the world's best marketing leaders across the Fortune 500 and beyond.